Redeemer.
In the days when Israel was ruled by judges, there was a young woman named
Ruth.
And she lived in a country called Moab.
Moab?
Yep, it was right next to Israel.
So they were like neighbors.
Right. Now, Ruth was married to a man named Mahlon, who had a brother named Kilian, who married a woman named Orpah. Mahlon and Kilian were the sons of Naomi and Elimelech.
Okay. Those names are really hard to say.
They are. People had very interesting names back then. But those names aren't the hardest part of this story.
Oh no! Is the story sad?
It starts out that way.
Oh.
Before they were married, Mahlon and Kilian were living in Moab with their mom and dad because there was a famine in Israel. Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah, a famine is when there isn't enough food.
Right. And that's where the story gets sad.
What happened?
After they moved to Moab, Elimelech died.
That's so sad.
Yes, it is. But then something even sadder happened.
What was it?
A little while after they married Ruth and Orpah, Mahlon and Kilian died too.
Oh no! So Naomi, Orpah, and Ruth were left all alone?
Right.
What did they do?
Naomi was very sad, and she decided,
I have no sons, and I'm too old to work, so I better go back to Israel, where I'm from. But you, Orpah and Ruth, stay here in Moab, where you have family and friends.
So Naomi said a teary goodbye to Orpah and Ruth and started her journey. But soon after, she realized that Ruth was following her.
What are you doing?
I'm going to Israel with you.
With me? Why?
You're my mother-in-law, and I love you. I want to make sure you're going to be okay.
But what about your family?
I will love your family like my own, and I will love your God.
That is so amazing! Ruth was willing to give up everything for Naomi.
That's right. God really loves it when we show love like that.
Oh, thank you, Ruth.
So off they went.
Together.
Yes, and when they were in Israel, they met a man named Boaz. Boaz had a nice house and a lot of land and plenty of food. And
I love God.
yes, Boaz loved God. Boaz heard how Ruth had left her family and country to take care of Naomi. So Boaz decided he should help them.
That is so nice. How did he help?
Well, first Boaz let Ruth pick food from his fields for free, so that she and Naomi would have plenty to eat.
Wow!
Not only that, Boaz offered to make Ruth his wife, so she could have a home and family again.
Double wow!
And that's not all that Boaz did for them.
What? What else did he do?
He redeemed the land that used to belong to Naomi and her husband.
Redeemed? What does that mean?
Redeem means to buy back, to pay the price so something or someone can be free.
So, Boaz bought back the land that used to belong to Naomi.
And gave it to her as a present.
I love this.
The story of Ruth and Naomi reminds us about God's rescue plan. Just like Boaz had to pay a price to redeem Naomi's land, many years later, someone would be born in Ruth's family who would pay the price to redeem the whole world from sin.
Wait a minute. Do you mean Jesus?
That's right, Jesus, our Redeemer.
Brave Queen Esther.
A very long time ago, in a place called Persia, there lived a king.
Me, King Xerxes.
Xerxes?
Yep, a tough name and, well, kind of a tough king.
Why was he so tough?
He had a bad temper.
What? Who said that? Get rid of them!
Whoa, he does have a temper.
Well, King Xerxes needed a queen, so he searched throughout the land for the best queen of all.
No, 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 no. Hey! Who are you?
Esther!
Now, Esther was an orphan, which means she had no mother or father. She lived with her cousin.
Mordecai.
He worked for King Xerxes at his palace. Both Mordecai and Esther were Jewish.
Jewish? What does that mean?
You see, God's people were called the Israelites because...
They were the children of Israel.
Right. Well, there came a time that Israel split in two. The southern half was called Judah, and the people from Judah were called...
Jews.
Okay, I get it.
Now, the Jewish people were not very popular in King Xerxes' land, and he didn't know that Esther was a Jew. He just knew that...
She is so pretty and kind. I love her.
In fact, he loved her so much that he made Esther queen.
Oh, what a nice story.
Well, not so much.
Really? Why?
Things got complicated. You see, King Xerxes had a friend named Haman.
Yes, like, hey man, at least you won't forget me.
Haman didn't like the Jews at all, and he especially didn't like Mordecai, because Mordecai would never, ever, ever bow down to him. Finally, Haman got so fed up with Mordecai that he went to see the king.
Oh, Haman.
Hey king! Your Highness, I have something important to tell you.
Haman lied to the king and said that the Jews were troublemakers, and the land